Overall, not a bad evening and night on our hands, as we'll call it partly to at times mostly cloudy at first, and we'll try and scour out a little bit of that cloud cover after the midnight hour. Lows, though, not as cool as last night. We'll be in the upper 40s to low to mid 50s. Much of your day Friday is pretty quiet, not to mention warm. Well into the 80s for highs, even near 90 in a couple of areas. But to the northwest, we may see some thunderstorms pop up. We'll talk about that and go through the rest of your forecast coming up. And until then, First at 4 starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group. KELOLAND News, first at 4.
A Northwest Iowa coach has a new title to add to his resume. Hero, after saving 2 boys. A look back at the rescue and how it's impacting him today.
Plus, former Trump ally Michael Cohen took the witness stand again today, how the defense hammered him in cross-examination.
And in the next half hour, a unique rodeo is coming to a local apple orchard this weekend. What makes Bowls and Barbecue Rodeo so special? Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. A wanted man from Nevada is behind bars in western South Dakota. The Meade County Sheriff's Office and U.S. Marshals Service arrested Robert McHale in Blackhawk. The Las Vegas man was on parole for attempted murder and had multiple warrants. He was considered armed and dangerous. Authorities say McHale was taken into custody without incident.
A Rapid City man will spend the next decade behind bars after admitting to domestic aggravated assault and assaulting a law enforcement officer. 39-year-old Matthew Krisick pleaded guilty to the charges in March. In exchange for the plea, a rape charge was dropped in exchange for that aggravated assault charge. This included a sentencing cap of 8 years, but the victim asked the judge to consider a longer sentence, which the judge agreed to.
Well, I just got off the road. I was in Groton today.
And how was the weather in Groton?
It was great. It was a nice drive back and forth to Sioux Falls.
You would be happy to know it was beautiful here as well.
Okay, good news, Adam.
It really has been a nice day to get outside today. Seasonably warm temperatures. It hasn't been humid. A nice little breeze to go right along with it. About as close to perfect as you could get. But if you like today with regard to the warmth, you're really going to enjoy tomorrow as we get a summer preview in place in many locations. Visible satellite is what you see right now. A lot of, well, for lack of better terms, debris on there, but really it's just there for show. It's all fair weather cloud cover that we're seeing across much of KELOLAND. Some low-level clouds down toward Winter and Valentine, but some higher, wispier clouds can be seen over Sioux Falls and then up here to Eagle Butte and then up into Mobridge as well. Speaking of Sioux Falls, there's Falls Park looking nice today, 74 with a nice breeze out of the west at just 7 miles per hour. It has been a pretty calm day overall. Really haven't had a whole lot to worry about in terms of active weather, and it's also been looking really nice along the waters of Lake Madison. We'll stick with the aquatic theme. 72 out that way, a nice westerly breeze at 8 miles per hour. Average is right around the low 70s, give or take a degree or two in many locations, and we've been exceeding that in a couple of areas, like in Chamberlain, Huron, and Mitchell, for example, while it's 77, 75 for Pierre and Aberdeen, 76 for Rapid City, but a few 60s out there, Worthington and Custer at 69 and 65 degrees respectively. Winds overall, not bad. Pretty light out of the west to southwest, around 5 to 15 miles per hour in many locations. And outside of that cloud cover, really, there's little to no moisture out there to be seen beyond one tiny little cell south of Mobridge. And that is well ahead of a warm front that's going to stay well to our north and kick up a couple of thunderstorms out in western parts of North Dakota. We do have our own opportunities for showers and thunderstorms along the way, a little bit in the short term. And then we watch the weekend outlook, which is shaping up to be a bit of a 50-50 split. We'll talk about that in your full forecast as we head through the hour.
All right, thanks a lot, Adam. Governor Kristi Noem will hold a news conference with South Dakota reporters tomorrow at the state capitol. According to an announcement, Governor Noem plans to discuss the crisis at the southern border and the negative impact the open border and cartel presence is having on South Dakota's tribal lands. Reports say that Noem was in Texas today to meet with South Dakota National Guard troops who have been deployed to help build more of the border wall there. This comes after a seventh tribe, the Lower Brule Sioux tribe, banned Governor Noem from its land.
A Northwest Iowa high school coach can now add hero to his resume after saving 2 young boys from potentially drowning in a river. Alyssa Tatch with our sister station in Sioux City talks with the man as he reflects on the rescue.
Last Thursday, Spencer High School tennis coach Evan Scheck saved 2 12-year-old boys from getting swept up by floodwater in the Little Sioux River.
I'm going to be honest, nothing really was going in my head at that time. The only thing that was in my head was, if not me, then who?
Scheck was coaching tennis practice when one of his players heard the 2 boys calling out for help from the Little Sioux River. After seeing the young boys out in the flooded waters, Scheck's first instinct was to help.
Here I am walking in the water, and just slowly gets deeper and deeper. And again, you know, when I first was standing out there taking everything off, I didn't know how deep it was. I didn't know how bad the current was, the debris or anything like that. I kind of just hopped in the water and went after the kid.
One of the boys was close enough for Scheck to guide to safety. The other was latching onto a utility post 30 yards away.
The vivid thing I can remember is hanging onto the utility post because it was deeper than I was. And he was like, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, which is quite frightening as an adult hearing a younger kid, you know, saying that, because, you know, you never want them to experience that.
Scheck and the boy were pulled to safety with the help from local law enforcement. And now, almost a week later, Scheck has had time to reflect on his act of bravery.
It's kind of something that's been replaying in my head since, of just kind of, this was a significant event in the kid's life, in my life, that it just, you know, it's like, did I do the right thing? Did I help him? You know, was I being the best I could for helping this younger kid?
But his players know that he was the only man for the job.
Whenever anyone asks him about it, he's like, oh, I would have done what everyone else did. No, he did more than that, because he went in without a thought and he saved him. And right after, he was dripping wet, just soaking wet. And he goes, all right, ladies, what's the scores? He just came back and kept practicing.
He would be the type to be able to do that because he's very brave.
Yeah, like she said, yeah. Like, if I could think of anyone that would have went in, it was Coach Scheck. Yeah. Like, he's the guy to do that.
Thanks to Scheck and the help of his tennis team, the 2 boys were able to return to their families without injury. From Spencer, Iowa, Alyssa Tatch, KCAU 9 News.
Authorities later determined the boys were trying to cross the flooded walking trail when the current swept them downstream.